Hey, good evening, Jerry Upchurch here. Just wanted to follow up on our slight edge principles. Let's see, the first night we talked about principle number 1 being show up. The second night, principle number 2 was be consistent. So putting those together says to show up consistently, and what that means is every day do something for your business, or every day do something that that's going to help you achieve something great in your life. Every day do something that's going to let you accomplish something great in your life. And as he mentioned in his book, he was Jeff Olson is who I'm talking about. As Jeff mentioned in his book, he talks about success coming because you consistently do the right things. Consistently do the right things. Now, the right things are the things that achieve something toward your goal on a daily basis. So, that being said, principle number 3 is have a good attitude. Now, whole books have been written about attitudes and having a good attitude. And Jeff comments in his book about, in the Slight Edge, he says he can spot people with a good attitude as they walk into a room, because people with good attitudes typically will bring light into a room. People with a negative attitude bring darkness into a room. And that is so true. People that are excited about life have a good attitude. They're fun to be around. They're fun to talk to. They're fun to be with. And so that's what happens when you have a good attitude. Now, in his book, he quotes Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill said had a quote one time about attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. So what he's trying to get across to us is that if we don't have a good attitude, we are not going to have a big difference in our life, or make a big difference in our life or somebody else's life. And in John Maxwell's book, this is his new book on intentional living. Just got this in the mail the other day. I bought it directly from him. And living intentional, he talks about even every day when we get up, we think about what we're going to do today to help somebody else. So living an intentional life, and John Maxwell's written a book on attitude too. So with him writing a whole book on attitudes, I'm certainly not going to talk about it any more than I have. But John Maxwell, Jeff Olson interviewed John Maxwell one time, and John Maxwell told him, he says, the greatest day in your life is when you take total responsibility for yourself and your attitudes. Let me repeat that. The greatest day in your life is when you take full responsibility for yourself and your attitudes. That is the day. When you do that, that is the day you truly grow up. That is the day you truly grow up. And that's John Maxwell saying that. And who can argue with that statement? So as you think about your attitude and how you can make things better in your life, just think about what you want to achieve on a daily basis. Get up every day and say, I'm intentionally going to achieve something great today, not only for myself, but I'm going to do something intentional today to help somebody else achieve something that they want to accomplish. And in this book, John Maxwell talks about on intentional living. He basically says that you've got to tell stories. People don't care about cold, hard facts. They don't like pie charts. They don't like statistics. They want to hear stories, fascinating stories about how somebody's life was changed. And normally when you hear that somebody's life is changed when their attitude is changed. So what I want you to do is just read my blog. I'm going to blog a little bit more on this, but I'm going to bring in some other quotes and things like that. But click the button below and read my blog about the attitude. Go back and read the other 2 blogs on showing up and being consistent, and then start thinking about your life every day intentionally. What are you going to do to change your attitude from poor to great? And when you do that, and you do that on a consistent basis, your life is going to change. It's just like reading those 10 pages out of a good book every day. After the end of the year, or at the end of one day or 1 week, you may not notice a lot of change in your life because you've read 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pages of a book. But at the end of a year, and this is not a short-term effort here, but at the end of a year, you're going to have read 3,650 pages, and your life will guarantee to be different when you read several novels about good things happening to people and how good things can happen to you and what they did to achieve those great things. So read the book. Actually, The Slight Edge is what I'm getting most of everything I've got out of coming on. And read the book. And if you don't have the book, I've got the link in my blog where you can buy the book. So just go into Amazon or go click on that link, go into Amazon, buy the book, read it, study it, and just devour it and start acting like it suggests you to do in the book. So that's it for right now. It's been 6 minutes, 47 seconds, and that's way too long, but have a great evening.